Hey there, welcome to my talk show. What shall we talk about? Oh, hi. Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Good times. I really wanted to talk about this topic, so why not? And as for the Lego episode, don't worry, that's coming soon. Baby shows. Those shows you probably love, but your 3-year-old cousin really loves. These shows are usually educational and as such are used to teach stuff like manners, colors, shapes, math, languages, history, movement, health, flora, fauna, safety, authenticity. Need I say more? Well, probably not, but I think you already get the idea. There are a lot of baby shows people remember fondly, and one of those baby shows is Little Einsteins. For some, a regular baby show with a history gimmick. For others, the introduction to old music and old art. The show followed the musical adventures of 4 kids: Leo, the redhead, June, the Asian-looking one, Quincy, the black one, and Annie, the blonde one. These young kids share 2 things in common. They're smart, hence why they're called the Little Einsteins, and they all have musical talents. Leo is a conductor, June is a dancer, Quincy is an instrumentist, if that's even a word, and Annie is a singer. Okay, say you have more than just one character as the main character. Now, what's the first thing these characters should have that doesn't have anything to do with how they look? That's right, a distinct personality. Because have you seen Buddy? His cartoons are so nothing. Not even his pals can do anything about it. And that's why I don't like the Little Einsteins. They're nothing more than musically gifted, ethnically diverse Mary Sue/Marty Stu sellouts. I mean, sure, they probably made them like that because they're supposed to be role models. But the thing is, this is in almost every goddamn preschool show! Super Y, Ni Hao Kai Lan to a lesser extent, and the oh-so-legendary Dora the Explorer all have groups of people who are nothing more than nice guys as the main characters. You could argue that this does work well with some things. Like, for example, Blue's Clues, anyone? But I don't know how to tell you how freaking desperate I am to see a character that isn't a villain with a personality that isn't just nice guy. This is why out of all the characters in Gabby's Dollhouse, Cat Rat, the blue cat, is one of the most popular. Because he helps balance out the show's overdose of cuteness and sweetness with his personality, and his song shows it very well. He's a selfish guy, but he means well. Also, it's worth mentioning that I have the same issue with Dora and Friends Into the City, which is largely controversial. So, brief history lesson. Released in 2014, Dora and Friends Into the City was this spin-off of Dora the Explorer, which followed the adventures of Dora and her friends in the city. Yeah, it's exactly what it says in the tin. The show was very controversial amongst Dora fans because of one glaring flaw. You know how people want Dora to grow up to be an Indiana Jones copy, but female? Well, this shows exactly the opposite. Many people don't like the idea of Dora moving to the city, leaving her friends behind to become a normal kid. And also, she has been severely girlified, which is also not good when you have a tomboy as your main protagonist. It's also worth mentioning that there were a few changes made so that it could be more Dora and Friends-ish. Like Dora becoming much older and having this weird bracelet that summons animals out of nowhere. The show taking place in the city called Playa Verde. Instead of words in Spanish, it's now full-on phrases, which is a plus. The show no longer taking place in a rainforest, which is pretty obvious, even though there was one episode where they went back to the rainforest. The show now exclusively being aimed at girls. There are other characters that may have appeared in the show before as cameos, but are now full-fledged main characters. Have I said enough? Psst! It's also worth mentioning that it was based off Dora's Explorer Girls, which was the same, only a little bit amplified, and without Pablo. Anyway, Earth to topic. None of the characters have a personality other than being nice guys and another trait. Like, seriously, the only character from this group that actually does have a personality other than being the nice guy is Pablo, who is the comic relief? Seriously? For the reasons I don't like these types of groups, this is the reason why I absolutely adore the severely underrated Mario Kuyami. Please go watch it, it's really good. So, brief history lesson. Mario Kuyami is this extremely obscure show about Nozamu, a whimsical land where the Yummy and the Wishes live, the latter creatures trying to get granted. Our main character is Marioku, a girl and her friends babysitting wishes. This will often end up in humorous predicaments, and they all learn a lesson by the very end. That's it. That's literally it. Not only do I find this show very fun because it's unique and, dare I say, ahead of its time, but it also has characters who aren't villains, whose personality isn't just nice guy and that's it. Take, for example, the three main characters. The aforementioned Marioku is the voice of reason, Fitch is a shy guy who is prone to anxiety outbursts, and Uka is a tomboy of the group. Now, I might make this a two-parter because I'm extremely busy with other stuff right now, so this is where the video ends. So I'll see you in part 2, and sayonara, everybody.